Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. Jolt is not with us at the moment, so I'll be taking over. I am Avera, your humble host, and joining me is none other than our most esteemed, most talented producer, Noble.
I think my head's going to explode.
Yes. Yes, I agree. And thirdly? Yeah, sure, why not? We have Stiffio Wild.
It's pronounced Stifio, not
Oh,
Stiffy.
oh God, I made a mistake again. Wait a minute, no, I did that in the pre-show. I said,
Yeah, you
oh,
did that as soon as I joined and I corrected you. You still said it wrong.
God damn it. Well, hi.
Hello,
Hi, Fiona.
I'm
All
back
right.
again.
God. And I called you Stiffy earlier, too. All right,
Mhm.
whatever. And we have our most grumpiest of doggos, Inu.
Grrr.
Awesome.
That's
Oh,
how a wolf says, I'm gay.
Hey, Husky!
Well, bit of both.
all right. Well, I hope everyone's having a fantastic week.
It's about the same as always.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, not too much has been going on in the news. I mean, it has, politically speaking, but we're not going to get into that because that's boring and who cares?
Yep.
It's
Screw
honestly a bit.
politics.
Sorry, it's honestly a bit of a reprieve where we're not getting smashed with something like every 30 seconds in the news. It's nice to be able to just sit back and take a nice, smooth, relax and move into it, versus pow, 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 pow every 30 seconds.
Oh, I know, right? I know. But there is a little bit of controversy going on with the first story we have. Fandoms divided as they do, but this relates to Harry Potter fans reimagine their world without its creator. Okay.
Sorry.
A bloody picture.
That's just weird.
All right. So who'd like to start this one off?
I can try with my tongue twisting.
All right.
When J.K. Rowling was accused of transphobia about 2 years ago for liking a tweet that referred to a transgender woman as a man in dress, much of the Harry Potter fandom tried to give their beloved author the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps it really was just an accident, clumsy and middle-aged moment, as Miss Rowling's spokesperson said at the time. Ooh, it's linked too. Then people noticed that Miss Rowling's followed
Commentators.
commentators on Twitter who described transgender woman as a man in December. She made her personal views more clear when she expressed enthusiastic support for a British researcher who filed a lawsuit against her former employer, claiming that she had been discriminated against her gender criteria. Yeah.
Gender critical.
Used in her stance on the fixie. Oh, good God.
So basically, this happened about 2 years ago when J.K. Rowling simply liked the tweet that someone made about an obscure idea about what they thought transgender people were. And now her fans are trying to cancel her for it. Yikes.
2 years, a bit too late then.
It was 2 years ago. But no, it gets better because this was just released.
It felt like we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm not going to pronounce the name, of veteran leader of the Harry Potter fandom who co-owns Leaky what?
The Leaky
Cauldron.
Cauldron.
Leaky Cauldron. Right. I'm sorry, that can be such bad ways.
The way you said that just made it so much dirtier than it actually is.
It is probably dirty.
No, a cauldron's just like a big witch's pot.
The term leaky in front of it.
Yeah, the Leaky Cauldron. Yeah, it's like a pub, kind of. or like an inn. I don't know. It's some Harry Potter place.
This week it did. First, Miss Rowling took aim at an article referring to people who menstruate, suggesting that it's wrong not to use the term what? Use women in a misgendered attempt to include trans people. Oh, God.
Okay,
When
yeah. So basically, what she's saying here is she's like, you can't say that men menstruate because they don't. I mean, she's
Yep.
not wrong. Like,
But
come
in
on.
this day and age, that makes her a Nazi.
How?
What about South
Right.
Park? Sorry. When she received a negative response to this, she then published a 3,700-word essay on gender, sex, abuse, and fear. I refuse to bow down to the movement that I believe is doing demonstrable harm in seeking to erode women as a political and biological class and offering to cover predators.
Okay.
Interesting.
You know,
Yeah,
I can respect that. You know, she's got a point. Okay. She's like, hey, I'm not going to, you know, bow down
I
to this whole fake science.
I
Sure.
hate to say this, but I do agree with her on this.
I mean, me too. She's not wrong. I mean, the whole world isn't wrong. They're just these fringe people that think that men menstruate. Like,
Sorry, I'm just having a
no.
hard time believing that this is a thing. That a woman
Yeah,
has to get up and actually say this. I am sorry. This should be covered in sex ed class, not
not Twitter.
across the pot of
She likes
fandom.
to tweet. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, God forbid you like something. Jesus.
But you know what's interesting about J.K. Rowling though, which I I had a little not beef about this, but I was a little confused when remember like a few years ago when all of a sudden Dumbledore was just randomly made gay and it made like
Oh
zero
yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
You see,
what the hell was that?
well, okay. Well, what the hell was wrong with that is the problem I have with people doing that, especially like in retcon, is Dumbledore being gay had zero to do with the story. He's just an old wizard who helped guides, Harry on his way to defeat a Dark Lord. Okay, nothing about his relationship was ever mentioned. However,
Yeah.
in the Fantastic Beast movies, it does make sense that he is gay because the villain was his former lover. So, you see, in that context, I have no problem with them doing that. It's just you
Wait,
shouldn't make him gay for no reason as long as it doesn't serve the plot. You know what I mean?
hold on. It was a plot thing for the future movies.
Yeah, that's what she's claiming, but
Well, let's
it
just
is
hope it
now.
is.
It is now. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
Dumbledore
it is,
and
yeah. When
Grindelwald. Yeah.
yeah.
I call shenanigans.
Yeah. Obviously. Obviously. I mean, there's a reason she did that, but
Across the Potter fandom, the first book was published 23 years ago, making it one of the online most world's most enduring fandoms. A controversial begin. Did I just butcher that?
A little bit.
Some discussions were tense when fans who sympathised with Miss Rowling's views crashed against fans who found them to be odious. Others felt that they could simply turn away from politics of the real world and focus on what's happening in the wizarding world. Where's my mouse?
wow. Okay. So, well, we don't have to read the entire thing, but this is basically the gist of it. So let's see. Over the okay, over the past week, some fans said that they have decided to simply walk away from the world that spans 7 books, 8 movies, and an ever-expanding franchise. Yeah, that's the whole Fantastic Beasts thing. Others say that they were trying to separate the artist from the art to remain. I mean, okay, yeah, sure, I guess you can do that. While denouncing someone who is considered to be royalty. Oh, come on, that's.
Oh my god.
I don't know about that.
See, this is the problem they're going to have if they try to take away the actual creator and the one who has, like, well, let's just say Star Wars, shall we?
Hmm.
Mm. Mm.
And we've got something to say about that today as well.
Yeah.
Or anything, anything. Remember like Mel Gibson when he went on that drunk rampage and he started yelling about the Jews. and now people are like, I'm never gonna watch Braveheart again. I'm like, well,
No.
that's not that's not the same. Okay, all right. I mean, I get it's not the perfect comparison, but I mean, this is getting a little weird though.
But yeah, it's like, what they're going to do, just take the entire thing away from its creator. You literally can't do that because she owns the entire thing. You can't just say, well, you've got nothing to do with it now, even though she owns it.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
She
Uh,
literally created the characters and stuff.
you know what? This is what happened in Spider-Man when
Oh,
they
God.
kicked out Norman Osborn from his company, and then he became the Green Goblin. Uh-oh.
Ooh, yeah.
Watch her
This
become like the Wicked Witch of the West or something. Like she's gonna become Wicked Witch, and she's gonna rain down hellfire upon the world.
I'm sorry, but taking someone who's still alive and kicking and clearly competent away from a movie franchise and a book franchise is before they want to is yeah, that's really going to tear everything apart.
Well, it's also predicated on a very silly reason too, because she liked a tweet, and then she also clarified about her beliefs and what she can't have her own ideas about basic science.
I
Well,
mean,
isn't that the way the world works this day? Believe what I believe, otherwise you're wrong and you shouldn't be around.
from what I'm seeing, she's pro women,
Yeah,
pro naturally born women. What the hell is wrong with that? Seriously.
because it's not inclusive enough to the
Yeah.
to the non-binaries out there and all the whatever the heck they call themselves.
What the hell
Next
is
thing,
sorry, what the hell is wrong with groups having their own little thing? And if they want to go, participate with another group, go join that little group. Just don't turn around and verbally abuse them and thrash them just because they're in it.
And she could
I
think
mean, it's
whatever
like
she wants. I mean, it has nothing to do with Harry Potter. Really.
It's
well, exactly.
cake shop turning around and saying, "Oh, I don't want to serve these customers because they're gay, and I don't want to make a gay cake." I'm sorry, but
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah, you can't do that. But you can, seriously, what the fuck?
Right? And she's not even saying that. She's like, yeah, I support women. And that's her own beliefs, okay, but has zero to do with this magical fantasy world of Harry Potter. Like, literally nothing.
The main objective of an SJW is to ruin everything that they don't have.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought it was literally just to shit on everything and then whatever they like, actually clean it off and try to put it back on a pedestal.
Their main objective in life is to ruin everything that. Let's see.
Well, just everything in general.
Yeah.
And then
A
when
lot
they
of it-
finally destroyed everything, then they'll
A
turn
lot of
on
it-
to their own beliefs.
Yeah, well, a lot of it has to do with, like, virtue signaling, too. It's a really weird culture. I mean, it's sick. It's a hate mob. At the end of the day, that's what it becomes.
But seriously, the thing that these people are going to eventually ask themselves when they're being attacked, is it worth it?
Exactly. So, is this what it feels like? Because this is what I did to those people. But then when they cry out for help, no one's going to help them because they did it to the others.
Yeah, and there's no winning with these people. Because, again, years ago, even before the whole Fantastic Beasts thing even came out, she made Dumbledore gay for seemingly no reason. And everyone was praising her like, oh, good for you, LGBTQI, XYZ, whatever the hell. Good for you, you're so progressive. And, she was like...
LGB offended alphabet.
Yeah, exactly. She was pandering to, the woke crowd. And so good for you, so woke. And now that she's promoting women, it's like, they threw her under the bus.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm just laughing at the idea of someone using deepfake technology to make Dumbledore sound really, really, really gay in the movies.
Oh my goodness, could you imagine?
Oh, Jesus.
So, Harry, this Dark Lord is, like, super duper bad. We gotta, like, use our wands And
All the points to Gryffindor, yeah!
Oh my
Holy
God.
Sorry, that would just be absolutely horrific.
Oh God.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, what's
I
the
would-
next thing that's going to come out? It's like, oh, if you can't say women menstruate, you have to say people menstruate. Is it women don't give birth, people do?
I'm sorry, but if something's coming out of my rear end or between my legs, I'm gonna get a little worried.
Isn't there another term like woman, only they spell it with like an X? It's like wumpksin.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was a thing that they tried to do. Like with Latino and Latina, they call it like Latin X. They tried to do this. I don't know. It's
Oh,
getting
God.
weird. All right. Do we have any live comments? Anyone saying anything? Questions,
Sorry.
comments, concerns?
Breathe.
I have to agree with No Dragons. Quote, you don't agree with me, so I'm going to label you with every ism that exists. Yeah,
Wait,
accurate.
5%, sorry?
Yeah.
That's accurate.
All of the isms,
Yep.
all of the isms, all of the phobes, all of it. Goodness gracious.
Okay, I think I can breathe now.
Man, that was funny.
Okay, should we move on to our next subject?
All right, sure.
All right. Oh, wait, that didn't work. And you. Sonic Prime.
Okay. Anyone would like to take this one?
I mean, it's probably just going to be as shit as Sonic Boom was.
I'm not too familiar with anything past Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on Sega Genesis. being the old boomer gray muzzle whatever. The last time I played it was Sonic and Knuckles, I think, was on the Sega Genesis.
I knew it was born before colour was invented in the real world.
Following a premature announcement in December last year, Netflix have officially announced Sonic Prime, their new 3D animated Sonic the Hedgehog series. The new 3D animated series will premiere in 2022 and is being produced by Sega, Wild Brain, and the Man of Action Entertainment. News comes less than a week after longtime Sonic the Hedgehog voice actor Roger Craig Smith announced he's no longer voice acting that. Ooh,
Wait a minute. That's sus. Hold on.
that's a long time. Wow. I hope they don't butcher the damn voice in this. Oh wait, this is probably going to be some SJW NPCB shit.
Oh, no.
The
Yeah,
24
it's
animated
So-
action for kids, families, and longtime fans draws upon the keystone of the brand and features of the blue blur of the video game frame in high-octane adventure where what the fuck is wrong with people these days? I mean, Jesus Christ. Sorry, I can't. The fate of a strange new multiverse rests in his gloved hands. Sonic's adventure is about more than a race to save the universe. It's a journey of self. Oh Christ, this is going to
No.
suck.
It's a journey of
No.
self-discovery and redemption. Wait,
It's
did
going to
we do
come out, it
something
takes
wrong?
up the arse and tails. Self-discovery and redemption. Oh my god, Sonic is trans now.
No, okay. So when I first saw Sonic Boom, I thought not interested. When I actually sat down and watched it, it was a group going out, having an occasional adventure, and then breaking the fourth wall left, right, and center, even to the point where there was an actual filmed part of it of the voice actor in a stupid Sonic costume. And I have to use the word he's stupid because it just looked terrible, putting the trash out, as they said in America. Making comments about how there are like weird fan fiction and dirty pictures of him on the internet. Sorry,
Well, yeah. I mean,
that was entertaining. This sounds like it's going to be a bore fest.
Yeah.
It'll actually be probably great for putting me to sleep if it doesn't make me sick.
Well, let's see. It's a journey of self-discovery and redemption. So maybe he self-discovers E621, and he's like, "Wow, the world is fucked up. I have to save it."
Jesus, Shadow, look at what they've done with us.
Oh goodness.
Oh wow, there really isn't much to this.
Well, we can see. Well, interestingly, it says the series will be animated at Wild Brain's Vancouver studio. First of all, guys, that's Canada. So sorry, Canadians, but I mean, come on.
Okay.
And Sega and Wild Brain will jointly participate across production with distribution and licensing. Okay. The creators of Ben 10 and the characters. Okay, that's not bad.
So it means they're going to ruin it. The first Ben 10 that I watched when I was a kid was alright. But then
Yeah.
the more they continued on, they just ruined it.
I have
Yeah.
to admit, I did like the first Ben 10.
Yeah, me too. I wonder if that's what they're talking about. Hopefully.
I got
Hopefully
bored.
the first one and not the ruined ones.
There was the Big Hero 6 cartoon, or the animated series to that. I didn't really like it. I liked
It was
the
an
movie.
animated series.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I thought that was a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never
It's a
knew there was a
movie,
series.
but they made a series to it.
Oh. Wow.
What do you expect? It was a popular franchise, and well, we want monies.
Yeah,
Could this be
Yes, it does.
one of those cash grabs?
Well, of course
Most
it is.
likely.
I mean, it looks like Sega is producing it, so maybe they have at least some people that worked on the game are trying to at least be faithful to it. I hope.
You would hope. I know.
I would.
Sonic is a beloved character and holds a special place in everyone's hearts, including my own, said. I'm not pronouncing that name.
Dominique.
Oh, Dominic. I spent many hours with the Blue Blur as a kid, and it's a privilege to be able to bring this character to everyone knows and loves on a brand new adventure with Netflix. One
Because
that
everyone knows and loves, but self-discovery. Well, what else is there to discover if everyone knows and loves him?
Why can't they just create a continuation from the movie?
Yeah, do that.
No, seriously, make a cartoon version of it or a CGI version of it and sort of build it up to the next movie. Do what bloody Marvel tried to do with their TV shows and their movies.
Yeah, I mean they're doing that again with the WandaVision stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, the One Division is basically, I think it's after the last movie. It's starting to make a little more sense that I'm watching it a little bit more, but initially it's like, what the hell is this shit? You have to watch at least the first 4 episodes to get the show.
Yeah, which is just not right.
Wow, I
One
just
that
realized
is
something.
Yeah?
This game is older than me. It says captivated audience since this debuted in 1991.
Oh,
What?
Jesus.
Ooh.
That doesn't. Oh, I did not. Okay. Wow. What? And they're still making new stuff about this? Okay. I mean, wow.
I have sewing machines that are older than I am, and they still tick like nothing. Like they're brand new.
So I guess what I would ask is, do they go fast?
Yes, actually they do.
Now, you see,
Oh.
anything that comes out now, I absolutely refuse to watch it or read it or listen to it because I don't know why, because I don't understand. It's just everything has to be game changer. Everything has to be an update and an upgrade. I don't see an upgrade. I see a downgrade. When they become woke like this and self-discovery, what is Sonic? Honestly, which one of you said it? What does Sonic need to discover about himself? He knows he's like a superhero. He's really, really fast. Dr. Robotnik, Egg, whatever, he's the bad guy.
Yeah,
Uh,
and it says like a journey of like redemption. I'm sorry, redemption from what? Saving the world multiple times? Oh
Sonic said
god.
a racist word. He's got to redeem himself.
Ugh.
yeah, he's a cisgender blue person.
Can't have that.
Mm.
Oh
Was it-
no.
But deleting the Sonic characters.
Well, was it last year that we were talking about in the world by old Sonic? Was it last year that we were talking about? Oh God, what was his name? Anyways, about the DeLorean and about the Back to the Future, and what if they made a new one and it would be like a Toyota Prius, and then we got to go back and save the environment and well the slavery, and we got to stop that, and you're not doing any favors for anybody. We all know how horrible slavery was. Why do you got to
Yeah,
ruin my
right?
franchise? Why do you got to ruin my DeLorean?
Oh
No,
god.
here's the problem. If people go back in time and say kill Hitler, let's see, you're going to lose a shit ton of medical science, not to mention technological advancements. So while yes, a shit ton of people died horribly, and then you had
I'd just be afraid of the butterfly
Blue.
effect of everything just being messed up. Like all the countries of the world would be out of balance.
well, how many people are going to die because well, you won't be able to have heart surgery.
I don't know.
My point is, well, the movie was all about going back in time and going forward in time and, altering things here and there. In real life, not in Hollywood, in real life, it's really horrible to destroy your past and to destroy your history and destroy your lesson. Because if this is just me and my personal dumb opinion. Without history, you don't learn how to do better things in the future. We all know how horrible Hitler is, and we know not to do that again.
The analogy
Yeah.
I'd have to use would be the hot stove and child thing. You tell
Yeah.
the kid, don't touch the stove because you get burnt and it's going to hurt you. And then when the little shit decides to actually go and touch it and gets burned and then screams off running, you don't turn around and arrest the stove for child abuse.
No, but the kid learns his lesson.
Yes, but the way people are going nowadays, the stove must be arrested for child abuse.
Oh god. Well, Quartz
make
had
sure
a,
you tase
a
it as
good
well.
quote earlier. He said that well, basically that what does he have to redeem or rediscover because Sonic's already an established character. Yes, we know him. For 30 years we've known about Sonic. What is there to now discover all of a sudden? Nothing.
Sorry, what timestamp of era of that comment?
Oh yeah, the one you had earlier.
Sorry.
I like the comment that Dragon just made. Maybe if they alter history, SJWs won't exist.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
In order to do that, we'd have to like get rid of I don't know Tumblr. just forget about Tumblr forever. Oh, that'd be a wonderful world.
Tumblr is just horrific.
Tumblr's scary.
Okay, so how about we duck out of this basically total clusterfuck of a situation and go into one where, well, let's just say, what the bloody hell? Where's my brick wall?
Yoda's O face.
Star Wars: The High Republic changes what we know about Jedi sex. Seriously, why? What possessed someone to create a bloody adult fan fiction of Star
Yeah.
Wars as official?
And if anyone knows anything about the Jedi, technically they're not even supposed to, love and do that. I mean, Anakin was afraid of getting kicked out of the Jedi Order because he got Padme knocked up.
Oh, not anymore. They can sleep around freely.
If they bring out 50 Shades of Grey movie of Star Wars and put it in the cinema, no.
Well, you're not far off, because the first line here says, the newest Star Wars The High Republic novel, Claudia Gray's Into the Dark. Into the Dark, yeah, that's getting pretty gray there. Shed some new light on the Jedi in regards to sex, namely, that they needn't be completely celibate. Yeah, they do. Otherwise, they're gonna fall to the dark side. Stupid. Look what happened to Anakin.
50 Sides of Dark.
I'm just saying. All right, he became like a Sith Lord. That happens. Anyways, should I go
Well,
on,
just-
or do you want to?
I'll try to sort of bear it out. While discussing the Jedi and the Force with Vessel co-pilot, how the hell do you pronounce those names?
Afi Hollow and Reith Silas.
The
The Padawan of Jorah Mali.
explains how the Jedi give up individual attachments in order to focus entirely on greater concerns. So that means no sex.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it used to mean.
Well, yeah. Well, the Jedi are basically like monks. You know, they're supposed to be like a higher than mightier thou. You know.
It's
But wait, so this is gonna be a TV show or a book?
This is a book.
Okay. Oh, is it
Thankfully,
going to be
a book.
canon? Is it going to be canon, though?
With the way they're talking, I'm guessing yes.
Dear Lord. Okay.
Foregoing
Let's see,
personal attachments, including those to other beings, is
a facet of the Jedi Order that was explored heavily in the prequel trilogy with Anakin Skywalker. By being brought into the Order at an older age than most, he still harbored a strong attachment to his mother, which ultimately fueled his rage against the Tusken Raiders when she was killed in Attack of the Clones. Moreover, it was his attachment to Padme and his determination to save her from a deadly. I can't see that. The
Premonition.
yeah.
premonition that led him to the dark side, albeit with some heavy manipulation by Palpatine.
Yeah, by Chief Palpatine, the Emperor. Okay, so
I'm
what are
glad
some
we
ways
all
that-
went to school and neither one of us knows how to read.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Hold on, go back. I wanted to see something.
sorry.
All right. So another part says, this isn't the first time that Gray has explored the Jedi and sex. Okay, interesting. I'm glad she's very invested in that. In her 2019 novel, Master and Apprentice. Oh God. I mean, I know that's a term they use in the movies, but like,
With the
no,
name of Grey
Anakin,
as well. Ooh.
please don't use those restraints on me. Says no dragons. Okay, 50 Shades of
50 Shades of
Yoda.
Yoda.
Oh, dude. All right. We're introduced to Rael Avaros. Oh, that's a cool name. Avaros. Sounds like a Vera. Anyways, another one of the former Jedi, Master Dooku's prodigies, who is trained by the eventual Sith Lord before Qui-Gon Jinn. In that book, it's made clear that Rael has sex but doesn't form personal attachments. Oh, I've heard about this. Yes, thus skirting the strict Jedi code. This was actually really messed up. Okay, so I did hear about this. Basically, what she said was this particular Jedi said it was totally okay to basically be a man whore, which is what this Jedi is described as being. Like, he just has sex with a lot of women, but he's like, it's okay because I didn't form attachments. So basically, he just hires a bunch of prostitutes and he doesn't fall in love with them, and that's okay.
You can go taco slapping, but you can't moan about it.
I don't know if she's well versed in the Jedi code, but for some reason that just doesn't seem like something the Jedi would be okay with.
Just seems well versed in. Oh, I like sex. I've got to put it in Star Wars.
Well, we gotta know, right? I mean, what would happen? I mean, oh god! I mean, the Jedi are basically like space wizards, so they can do whatever the hell they want. Basically, right?
I don't know. To me, Star Wars was more about the fighting and yeah, even a bit of the politics that was going on in there.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to putting stuff like this into a franchise, it seems like they're throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks.
Cash
That,
grab.
that's a good point, actually. Yeah, because everything's
Star
so
Wars.
progressive now. Even the Jedi's code. Well, I mean, they can have free love, and why not? I mean, even if it turns them, into murderers sometimes.
I mean, if you want to have a character with godlike powers, pull them into some kind of either mindscape or take them out of the main franchise and have them like study for, I don't know, 30 odd years to develop powers instead of allowing them to magically do stuff. It just, you, ah!
Well, I can kind of. It's mom spaghetti, says dragons. I can kind of understand like the idea behind this. Now, hear me out. The Jedi are not supposed to fall in love with individuals because that's all attachments and stuff. Whatever. They're supposed to love the galaxy and the people. But you have to wonder, like, why is it bad if they have feelings? Like, it gets very philosophical if you look into like the Jedi code. I know I'm a total nerd. I know all about that crap, but like, I don't know.
I don't know
Like,
too much. I'm sorry, I cut you off. I'm gonna
oh
shut up.
no, it's fine. I was just trailing off because I don't know. Like, what's the problem with that?
I
My
don't
issue,
know. I don't know too much about Star Wars. I've watched the first 6 movies, which was the only ones that really mattered to me. Um, I don't. You're you're supposed to save the world and to save the galaxy. When you have other things on your mind is clouded.
Well, I think that part of the reason, like, the argument for Jedi should be able to fall in love is because if they don't know how to form attachments with people, how are they going to care about the people that they're trying to save? They just be more detached, right?
You care for people, you love people, but you don't lust for them.
I think the point is to teach people that love is distracting
Or maybe
because
lust.
if if you're too distracted to save one person and you end up killing like an entire fleet of planets, then yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
exactly, because
I
love
guess
just
it was.
opens you up to a lot more. Say, if you love someone and then they can use that someone against you, so it's just showing an extra weakness for the dark side to manipulate.
Exactly, and actually, that's a good point. I was just about to make an example about Spider-Man again. Do you remember
Uh,
that scene in Spider-Man 1 where the Green Goblin is holding like a bus full of children in one hand and like
Yep.
Mary Jane in the other hand, and he drops them both? And you know who he goes for? He runs to Mary Jane first. I mean, he saves them both, of course, but like
Well, yeah, movie
he runs
logic.
to her though. I mean, that's yeah, okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
He's like, forget about these kids about to drown. I'm like, Mary Jane's about to fall. I can't let that happen. that's a little, okay.
yeah, which Spider-Man movie though? Because there are a lot of Spider-Man 1 movies now.
It was the
The
Sam Raimi's first one.
Yeah, the Tobey Maguire.
Oh.
I think it was made in like 2002.
Jeez, that early on.
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons. But the reason also that the Jedi. Oh, hold on. I wanted to mention a really funny quote that Ice just said earlier. He said that the new SJW Star Wars will be called Star Wars. Attack of the Helicopters. Oh, yes. You must not love a single being. All beings must be loved. Do not have feelings for others, only for the galaxy. Yeah, right? Okay, see, that's another quote. I think you're right about that. That's what they teach the Jedi, which is how do you love the entire galaxy? Like,
They should be
no.
teaching the idea of committing mass genocide against a group, organization, or people just because they exist is wrong. Seriously, why can't they teach that shit nowadays? It's like a taboo.
Yeah, right?
Mass
I mean,
genocide is bad.
yeah, and well, the Jedi are not really the best people in the world either. I mean, they do kind of snatch up babies from their homes at very young ages so they don't form attachments to their parents, who they are never allowed to see ever again. Which is a little bonkers, if you ask me.
It's supposed to be fantasy.
I know, but it's fun to analyze that. Like, there's a lot of Star Wars theories out there. It's just fun to think about.
How about go and ask George Lucas? I mean, he's still alive and kicking, isn't he?
Yeah, he's alive. I wonder what he thinks about this new. Oh God, I hope this isn't canon. Like, if they, this is just weird.
I think he gave up on his franchise after he found out what Disney were doing to it.
Hell, they gave him $4.1 billion. I don't think he cares about anything anymore.
Well, aren't they retconning what Disney did with the latest trilogy? Because as soon as Luke, well, I guess I won't spoil it just in case people haven't seen it, but the stuff with Luke now that we're saying they don't like what the trilogy have done, so they're going to be doing something to revitalize what Luke was and what he was to the Star Wars as a whole.
I don't know. They killed everyone. I mean, Han, Luke, Leia, like all of our heroes from the first ones, like they're all
If
dead, and they all died in horrible ways.
if you're going to kill a character that everyone loves, do it right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the way they did Samuel L. Jackson. They threw him out of a window.
Hmm.
And that was epic. After it was getting hit with the lightning, his lightsaber about to strike down the Sith Lord, and Anakin's like, "No!" And then, oh, that was cool. And then, oh my god, that was a cool scene. But then you have Luke, who dies by sitting on a rock, and he just vanishes. Like, bruh,
Yeah.
what was that? I didn't even care. And then he shows up again as a ghost. It's like, you didn't even die at all, so shut up. Like, that was lame.
Well, if we're going to move on with the narrative, we need to get rid of all the old stuff to bring in the new narrative.
Yeah, that's literally Kylo's little catchphrase, right? Let the past die. Kill it if you have to. Yeah, okay. We really want emo Vader here.
Let the past die, but let's try and do what Vader did in the past. Wait, what?
Should we try to move on to real world sci-fi?
Oh, sure. This is cool. So, as our humble viewers have known, if you've been following, we do keep track of some of the alien stuff that's been going on with the whole UFO footage and all that crazy crap. Well, now we have something from our buddies at Vice, but it's okay. They're actually reporting some actual news this time. So, yeah, it's a rarity, I know. So what we've learned a couple days ago, the United States Navy has patents on weird and little understood technology. According to patents filed by the Navy, it is working on a compact fusion reactor that could power cities, an engine that works by using inertial mass reduction, and a hybrid aerospace underwater craft. Dubbed the UFO patents, the War Zone has reported that the Navy had to build prototypes of some of the outlandish tech to prove that it worked. So basically, Star Wars tech. Yeah.
I like the part where they said they were forced to build things to show that it actually works. You know what? Where's the proof?
I mean, what if they did, though, and we just don't know? I mean, they probably got some crazy stuff going on that the public has no clue.
Well,
Let's
yeah,
see,
I mean, stuff to like power cities and stuff. They're not going to let that out. How are they going to make money if they can easily power things?
For any advanced country on Earth to not be thinking this shit up and try to actually do it would be a grave insult, not to mention horribly ridiculous. Because what are you doing if you're not trying to advance yourselves?
Oh, I bet the U.S. has freaking UFOs already.
Oh, the Air Force have UFOs all the damn time. It's just you haven't seen it before, so it's an unidentified flying object. The problem is people associate the term UFO with alien. For instance, I could create a UFO right now going over a highway. I just have to throw something over the highway. And until someone can get a closer view at it, they don't know what it is, so it's unidentified.
Okay, I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. But so one of the things that they talked about was, I mean, the terms they're using, it sounds like something out of freaking Star Trek. Fusion, gravity reduction. I mean, what the crap?
Both come from science.
But one of the things they mentioned was a craft that could go, what was it, underwater and also fly at the same time. I mean, isn't that like some James Bond stuff?
Well, what
Wasn't
about
there
the boat car?
What?
The boat car.
Oh yeah, well, but like, kind of like they have amphibious assault vehicles and stuff like that. But I think they're talking about like a submarine that could just start flying, like out of the
Well,
ocean.
as long as you don't get the engines wet, you should be able to create a craft that's capable of traveling under the water and then also take off.
You know what? Where I've seen this before? In that game called Red Alert, where the Japanese Empire has this stuff. Have you guys ever played Red Alert?
No.
Nope.
Oh, it's pretty cool. Basically, it takes place in an alternate world where they kill Hitler and like the Soviet Union takes over and like Japan takes over. It's crazy. I think it's something like that. I forgot the exact plot, but basically the Japanese Empire becomes like the most technological, scary world domination, and they have vehicles that do stuff like this.
Well, it's not too far from the stretch of the imagination. I mean, something that will fly through water should also be able to fly through the air, but you'd have to design it for both mediums.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it definitely sounds doable. It doesn't sound like something that's unreasonable. It's just a lot of planning to get it done right.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow!
Oh, back in, what was it, 1980 or 1990s or something like that? Oh, by the time we reached the year 2000 or the 220s, we're going to have flying cars. Wow.
Oh, Scorch just made a good point about this. If you read further on, they're talking about they're trying to generate extremely high energy electromagnetic fields. So basically anti-gravity.
Oh,
That it
cool.
doesn't matter if it gets wet or not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's basically Marvel's helicarrier. Yeah, helicarrier. That's the one.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, the one from Marvel. Yeah.
I prefer the Quinjets. I mean, flying around with one of those would be really fun.
So let's see. The physics of what this guy called Pies, or I guess Pi, is claiming are beyond theoretical, and beyond beyond the ken of the layman or lowly science reporter. But a paper about his compact fusion reactor was accepted by a peer-reviewed Institute of Electrical Engineering. Okay. The fact that my work on the design of compact fusion reactor, what does that even mean? Like a tiny nuclear energy thing that can power a city?
Well,
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, No Dragon says, so if they can generate anti-gravity, can I finally have my hoverboard? I'm waiting on that too, man. We should have had that in 2015.
No, we should have had that in 2012.
Didn't Marty go back to 2015?
Yeah. October 2015.
Yeah, yeah, hoverboards. Well, maybe they had hoverboards in 2012 too.
The
So, this is
hoverboard,
funny.
the lace up sneakers that laced himself up, the little red jacket that with the sleeves.
Yeah, those shoes already exist, actually.
Let me
So,
guess, Nike made them.
Yep.
yeah, I did see that. That's a thing. So this gets like really technical in some parts, but I like how it says this paragraph starts with Pius continued to toot his own plasma horn. Do you realize that my work culminates in the embodiment of the Pius effect? Such high energy electromagnetic radiation can locally interact with the vacuum energy state, thus being the fifth state of matter. Okay. Okay. I didn't know there were 5 states of matter, but they're copying Rick and Morty now. Yeah, yes, it seems like they're trying. I mean, yeah, basically, like a little miniature battery of a whole like world of people enslaving away on these little machines. But this is really crazy. The fact that the military is like working on this stuff and now they have patents for this already, like it's a thing. Because in order to make a patent, you at least have to have like a document or something like a plan or at least a prototype to show that it's possible. You can't just say, I want to patent cold fusion. That's it. It's like, okay, well, how do you do that? Do you have any proof that it could work? No.
Now, I thought in order to patent something, you had to have a method of, not an actual object itself.
Yeah, well, I believe so. It depends on like what it is.
I mean, the bottom part of this news article does make a good point that you get a lot of stuff comes out of science fiction, but that science fiction has to be created from something.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the Navy is actually doing this, and it's not just some dude in his garage. I mean, well, then again, there was that one guy who made something in his garage. It kind of took off a little bit.
Yeah, poisoned everybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
There was
something like that.
There was a kid who grabbed a bunch of smoke alarms to try to make their own nuclear reactor and ended up, irradiating his whole yard.
Yes, the nuclear Boy Scout. I've heard of that guy.
Wait, that actually happened?
Yeah.
That was real. Yes. And he was a smart dude. Okay, so he was a Boy Scout, right? He was working on his merit badges for like nuclear energy, which I guess they had back in like the 70s or whenever the hell he did this, or in the 80s. And what he would do is he would collect like nuclear things. There's like a little bit of radium on like on glow in the dark paint and clocks, and even inside of smoke alarms. He would collect like hundreds of these things, and he actually built a functioning nuclear reactor in his shed that poisoned like half of his town.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think he was a minor at the time. He might have been 17, so I don't think he went to federal prison.
Yeah, I believe he was a minor. And at the time, nobody questioned the purchase of, pallets of smoke alarms, because smoke alarms have very, very tiny little traces of radioactive whatever, plutonium, or I don't know what it is. But back in those days when he done that, no one ever questioned palletfuls of these things so he can harvest all the radioactive material that he needed to make his own nuclear reactor.
Right,
Which was
Oh, sorry.
It was genius, but it was you shouldn't be making nuclear reactors in your backyard.
Right.
I mean, hell, now,
Okay, he would also lie about getting these things. Like he would say, "Oh, I'm with such and such company." Like he'd make up fake company names just to get like other supplies, like clocks and like radium, like all these kind of weird stuff. Like he would pretend to like work for like science labs and stuff to get other
Yeah,
materials.
and nobody questioned it back then.
No, like, but how crazy! My God! And you know what happened? I don't know if you saw pictures of him, but when they showed what he looked like when the police came to his house, he had like blisters all over his face. He was suffering from like radiation
Jesus.
poisoning. Yeah, he's around he doesn't have any proper safety procedures. Oh, also, Toonie, happy birthday to your brother. Awoo! Sorry, he posted that quote earlier.
Well, as far as the U.S. Navy making this little micro fusion thing, whatever, I wouldn't put it past them. As much as you can doubt them, you can also say, you know what, there might be some truth to that. Look at what they, I don't know if it was the Navy or the Army or whoever it was, I think it was the U.S. Air Force. They made an airplane that is undetectable by radar, i.e., stealth bomber.
Yeah, and imagine
There-
living in like the 1940s, right? Could you imagine someone said, "Oh, did you hear that the USA is working on a single bomb the size of a car that could blow up an entire city?" You'd be like,
Yeah.
no, that's not
Hmm.
real. That's impossible." And yet, here we are. I mean,
there,
I don't know.
Something the size of a dime, plutonium, the size of a dime, can explode in Hiroshima and destroy everything.
Oh yeah. Well, you have to have like the larger apparatus for it, but that's all the fuel you need. Freaking
Yeah.
dime. That's scary. And if you were to go into that, they'd be like, "Oh, you're science fiction nonsense." No, you need a bunch of TNT. I'm like, nah, you don't.
yeah, when people start talking about that, bring up the whole Star Trek and their PDDA. What is it? Or PDDP something?
What's that? The teleporter?
No, it's the like personal data device.
Oh yeah.
Now we got iPads everywhere.
iPads and Androids. No, but I mean
You know what's
the
hilarious? I remember like back when I was in school, um, in math class, people would be like, "Why do we need to learn this?" Like, calculus or not calculus, algebra or whatever. And the teacher would always say, "You're never going to have a calculator in your pocket all the time, so you need to know how you need to learn." And nowadays, it's like, dude, I have like the Library of Humanity in my hand. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, you
yeah,
still don't even use it anywhere either.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who cares? Like, y equals mx plus b. Fuck you. Who cares?
you don't even have to push the button. You just voice activate it. Hey Google, hey Siri.
Yeah, right.
When it comes to trade school, you do need to have a good, firm understanding of mathematics for certain, areas. So learning that shit is actually well worth it. I learned that one the hard way.
Yeah. Well, trade schools make sense. I get that.
Yeah, for certain things, but for like most general people, it's like, well, what are they going to need like advanced stuff like that for?
Well, why are they constantly throwing out, oh, learn to code? Well, you need to be good at mathematics in order to bloody code, unfortunately.
Here's the thing. It's not a bad thing to be educated in certain things that you probably maybe use once in your life. Prime example, I went to a barbecue where there were like 6 or 7 people there, and there's 6 or 7 people on their phones Googling how to start a barbecue fire.
You
And
are
I'm like,
kidding me.
no,
Oh, that's embarrassing.
I shit you not. They're on their phones asking Google, asking Siri, and asking Cortana or whoever. They're what's the proper way to start a barbecue, and what's the proper way to charcoal, and the how much fuel to use, and what kind of ignition do you need to? Is it a match or is a lighter better? I seen that, and I'm sorry. I went caveman. I'm like, give me that. Give me this. Give me the other thing. 1, 2, 3. Woof. There you go. Well, we don't know how to cook the thing, and what you know. I'll tell you how to cook the thing. I will tell you how to cook the thing.
Oh
You're at
my
a barbecue.
god.
You cook the thing until it turns almost slightly black, and then it's done.
Okay, see, that's very embarrassing. Like, people are literally
That is bad.
slaves to their screens. Oh, goodness.
I was doing a electrotechnology course, and the class was about 4 hours long. there were no free spaces. So I ended up helping another teacher with doing some construction in the area. Last 20 minutes of the course, places came available, so I took one. I got as much done in 20 minutes as everyone else took about 3.5 hours.
Jesus.
It's like we were just working with a bit of steel, drilling it and tapping it. It wasn't difficult. And yet for some reason, people found it difficult. I'm thinking, you're drilling a hole in the center. You're using a hole punch. It's not difficult. And I honestly couldn't comprehend why it was so. I probably could have had that project done if I had the full 4 hours. Instead, I got to drill holes in cement.
Okay, you see, it's people like you and Inu, and hopefully the rest of us here, that are not completely, slaves to our screens, I guess.
Avira, I have had very little experience with drilling, so I learned how to drill into cement that day.
Exactly, but here's the thing, it's people like that who can think and do things, and it's going to be those people that are the ones that are going to work for NASA and create anti-gravity, and everyone else is just going to be like, how do you start a fire again? Like, that's where we're going to be. Actually, I think that's where we're at now.
Well, yeah, apparently.
Oh, God help
You
us.
want to know the secret to cooking?
I already know.
No, seriously, I take my steak and about 3 or 4 other different pieces that I'm eating for dinner, and I just throw it in the oven. Leave it there for about an hour. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
At the right temperature, it comes out. The meat is cooked, but it's not crispy, so I'm not constantly sort of like jamming my teeth together to eat the damn stuff.
Yeah, but that's what you use a pan or at least a grill for. If not a grill, at least a pan. Don't throw a steak in an oven.
I don't have to keep turning my meat over when I'm cooking.
Hey, whatever works. Hey, take it from the chef. I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, but I don't want to have. I don't care about keeping absolute attention on the steak to make sure it's cooked just right. This way, it's cooked through thoroughly, and I don't have to worry about it.
Sniper, I forgot that you're a chef. Did I trigger you with to cook the thing until it's black and then take it off the grill?
Well, no, that's pretty much what you do at a barbecue. A barbecue, you do burn it because it's all the soot from the charcoal burning onto the meat. It's not actually burning itself. But just slapping a steak in the fucking oven and then leaving it. It takes minutes in a pan. That's it. You barely have to look at it.
Let's see. Tooney says, dudes born after 93 can't grill. All they know is video games, microwave. They food, nay. Oh, God. Eat ass, White Claws, and iPhone.
I was in that. I was born in 99, and I'm a chef. I think I know how to grill.
Hey, there we go. Okay. You see? I like cooking. I do.
My understanding
honestly, I never learned. It's just trial and error.
My understanding when it comes to cooking is that when you have to heat something, you apply the right amount of heat for the right amount of time.
Yeah. Easy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, that's what the power level button is for on your microwave. Duh.
My God. If you come at me with microwave food, oh my God.
I invested in a decent microwave. Now, occasionally I use it to reheat stuff. Occasionally I chuck a TV dinner in there when I'm low on time for making food. Other than that, it just sits there as a paperweight on the desk, in my kitchen. Sorry.
That's it. Guilty of that.
I was going to say, a microwave is a paperweight on your desk. It's going to take up a lot of room.
Yes, but that's all it really is to me. I mean, other than needing to reheat something, and this thing does a beautiful job of it, mind you, there's just no... I don't think about using it for lunch or breakfast or anything, or mostly with dinners. It just sits there. I mean, if I have to defrost something, it's great. If I want to cook something quick that I bought from the supermarket, great. But it's not my go-to everything. The oven and the stovetops for that. So the dishes, I do all the washing by hand.
Oh
Not-
yeah, I do that.
Shove them in a washer, dishwasher.
Well, I know in college you have two types of professional chefs. You got the microwave guy, and you got the ramen guy. Now, with ramen noodles, of course, you can do anything with that. I mean, seriously, anything. Ramen noodles, like, it's just the best, man. I don't
I
know.
love watching Gordon Ramsay because he screams at people that uses the microwave.
I do that.
Well, I mean, it's okay to use the microwave. It's not taboo.
It's
Some
okay to
things it's okay with, but don't cook food in the thing. You're not going to say that C word because apparently it's offensive.
it's okay to reheat food that was cooked properly.
Yeah, exactly. I just
Even
love
then, I
when he
still use
goes,
the oven for that.
"This was frozen, cooked in a microwave." Like he gets all offended. I'm like, dude, calm down. It's okay.
Well, no, because that's his point. If you're doing a big proper meal that people are paying for in a restaurant, and you serve them something out of the freezer, especially if you've slapped it in a fucking microwave, they could just do that at home. What's the point in paying more to sit there and eat that shit?
Okay.
Cook
so
it fresh.
Out of curiosity, defrosting in a microwave and then cooking, is that allowed in a restaurant?
No,
No.
because it doesn't defrost properly.
Right.
No,
It
I
partly
typically
cooks it, so then that's what causes more bacteria to grow on it.
Yeah, and then it gets like cold in the middle. I don't
Mhm.
know. I mean, what I would do to like defrost things, it depends like what it is. I mean, if I'm gonna eat it like tomorrow, I'll leave it in the refrigerator overnight and then put it in the microwave to heat it up, or I'll just put it like on the grill or something. Like I wouldn't take it directly from the freezer to the microwave because otherwise it gets way too hot on the outside and way too cold on the inside. Especially like with noodles or like mac and cheese, for instance. Like that's the worst.
Did you just say microwaved mac and cheese?
Yeah, they have like those frozen mac and cheese dinners and stuff.
Excuse, that's the easiest thing to do. Excuse
In the microwave?
What?
Ew, no, it doesn't taste right. I
But
defrost
no,
it
not in the
fridge
microwave.
first.
Fresh. You just need butter, flour, milk, and cheese, and a bit of
No,
pasta.
no. They have like specifically like frozen microwave like, well, not microwave. Like they have like frozen mac and cheese like dinners and stuff. Like they have
What the fuck is wrong with you in America? Jesus Christ.
they have frozen everything here, dude.
Oh, fucking hell.
Everything you could imagine.
Fucking microwave mac and cheese.
Yeah, they
Oh,
do.
Man,
my
I used to
God.
do that when I was younger.
All right, so I think we're pretty much at the end here.
Yeah, we kind of went on a tangent after that. What were we talking about? Vice before? Some kind of little nuclear microwave or something?
Oh yeah, technology.
Nuclear microwave, get that out of here as well. That went on a massive tangent there.
Oh yeah, that's all right. We have fun.
Okay, I'm going to turn that page off now. I've done that a long time ago.
All right, let's do some closing statements here. Stiffer.
For God's sake. Stifior.
I know. I just
I'm
had
gonna
to.
smack you with a stiff one in a minute.
Crying out loud.
Oh.
Well, I've been everyone's favourite dead otter. Yet again.
All right, great having you. Inu?
Yeah. You shouldn't make a nuclear powered thing in your backyard, especially if you think you're gonna cook food. I don't know.
Yeah, good idea.
Cook food.
And Noble.
If you're thinking about doing something, ask yourself how bad can it get? Like, I don't know, shoving a needle through your thumb or something.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
No, but people do that. It's semi-common.
Be careful what you like on Twitter, people.
All right. Well,
You and
that was that was super duper fun. a tad bonkers tangent there, but that's all well and good. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we had fun making it. And Noble, if you want to just close everything out.
Don't forget, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, BitChute, and whatever else decides to sort of come up out of the ether in the next couple of years.
All right, great. I guess this is us signing off. See you next
Bye.
week.
Laters, Raiders.
Good night.